My breakthrough came when I got exposed to. I was personally born in Iran. In first grade, they would line us up in the front yard of the school. They would make us chant, "Death to America, death to Israel." Within 6 months of passing the bar, I basically launched my law firm. My first law firm basically ended up generating $1 million within 4 or 5 years.
Hey there, fellow law entrepreneurs. I'm Neil Tyra. I'm your host today, and I'm joined by my good friend, Sam Mollaei. Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be where you are today.
So I'm 36 years old. I live in Los Angeles right now, and I kind of see myself as a legal disruptor. I like thinking, looking at the world differently. I like questioning things. I like efficiency. I like quickness, scalability, automation, leverage. I'm huge into leverage. So all these kind of Silicon Valley kind of mindset, I kind of try to bring that to the legal space. I was personally born in Iran, and the country is doesn't provide that much freedom to a lot of religions. So my family actually left because of religious discrimination. And just a quick little story that I was trying to share to show the polar world that we're in is in first grade, they would line us up in the front yard of the school. And for a good 30 minutes, every single morning, they would make us chant, "Death to America, death to Israel." And at the time, I knew what Israel was because I'm Jewish. So I would kind of skip over death to Israel. But the part would say death to America, I would repeat it because I was just told what to do. And I had no association at the time with America. I just knew there was a lot of people, a lot of Jews have left to America. That's all I knew about America. But I don't have any association. So I would say that, literally, death to America. And then, please don't cut this out of context and say that I said death to America. But lo and behold, we ended up essentially escaping out of Iran. We actually went to Austria for 4 months to get our, I believe, a green card or visa, whatever that was, I think a visa. And then we came to Los Angeles and been living in Los Angeles since as of, I guess, for 25 years now. And thankfully, because of all the opportunities and the freedom to be able to work hard, go to good schools, be surrounded with good people, been able to take a path that I'm kind of proud of, which is basically be able to not just grow myself, my own family, but also have a deep desire to help other people. I started multiple businesses while I was in middle school and high school. But one of my biggest business achievements when I was in high school was I started a tutoring company. It was actually my first take at marketing, and I didn't realize this until later. I needed clients for tutoring. So I thought about where would be the best place where I could basically go and market myself. And I realized I could just go create a poster and I could put it in the honors office room. And I thought if there's honors kids that are looking to get tutored, right, people that are looking to grow, that'd probably be the best place to place the poster. So I put my poster there with my phone number. And a couple of days later, I get a call. "Hey, can you tutor my son?" "Sure." So I started filling out my schedule. Within a couple of weeks, my entire schedule was completely booked. And for 4 years, pretty much all my hours outside of school was tutoring other students. Then I continued getting more calls because my phone number was still up. Then my time was booked. So I started recruiting my own classmates to start tutoring. And I basically had, kind of essentially a business while in high school, tutoring middle school students. And that was always my kind of vision, have a very successful tutoring company. And then I ended up getting accepted to UCLA. So I basically had to let that go, focus on school. Then I ended up going to law school. I didn't necessarily always wanted to be a lawyer, to be frank, but I'm glad I did because law school kind of gave me the advantage to be good at writing, to think critically. And pretty much when I was waiting for my bar results to come back, I was working at an employment law firm, and I started questioning life, and I started questioning where my future would be. I was doing a lot of discovery work. I was doing motions and demand letters. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. I didn't go through all these years of school to sit here and copy and paste paragraphs and lines from different documents. And even before I was waiting for my bar exam, I'm like, what am I going to be excited for when I do pass? So that's when I started kind of soul searching, and I started asking around, and I basically met somebody who is older than me who basically went and started his law firm. And the light bulb went off that basically if he can do it, so can I. And I basically, within 6 months of passing the bar, I basically launched my law firm called Mollaei Law, which basically at the time we did business law, LLCs and S corps and contracts and whatever I could do. So my first year, no idea how to get clients. I had zero clients, but I had a lot of time on my hands. So while everyone else was working, I was sitting at home watching YouTube videos and reading books. But luckily, I was always a doer. So I would read, I would go create the website. I would go read, I would go create SEO pages. I would go read, creative funnels. So just learning and adopting of creating websites, SEO. Then I got into Google Ads pretty early in my career. And I think my breakthrough came when I got exposed to sales funnels. And sales funnels was basically just like a system for generating clients. And I looked around and I noticed that there's a lot of funnels when it comes to coaching space and high ticket and e-commerce. But I'm like, where's the funnels for lawyers? And I realized there isn't such a thing. It hasn't been created. So I created my first funnel for my LLCs, and lo and behold, and when I would turn on, and it was connected to Google Ads, so Google Ads would send the traffic to my funnels, and the funnel would flow them to go to the order form, submit the payment to collect the information that I need for me to be able to file their LLC. And lo and behold, I started getting notifications, ding, payment coming in, $797, $997 coming in. And I'm like, wait a minute, this thing is working. And then I decided to replicate it, to start replicating the funnel. Can I also do this for ITIN numbers, which is the individual taxpayer identification number? So I replicated that, same idea, Google Ads, go into a funnel, same idea. Started getting notifications for that, for payments coming in. I'm like, wait a minute, this is so cool. All I have to do is just set up the systems, and the systems are working 24/7. Even while I'm sleeping, the clients are coming in. And I started replicating it more and more, other services, whatever I could get my hands on. So it ended up working out well. My first law firm basically ended up generating $1 million within 4 or 5 years. Then the funnel software that I used to create these funnels was with this tool called ClickFunnels. And when I went to the ClickFunnels conference, this is about 6 years ago, I got exposed to this whole world of the online digital space of these young people who are creating these funnels and these systems to be able to make millions of dollars online. I'm like, if these guys can do it for these smaller, obscure niches, then for sure the legal space can apply these things. So when I came back, I started preaching about this for lawyers. And that ended up launching a company called Legal Funnel, which is a perfect name, funnels for lawyers. And I started teaching, being a preacher for lawyers. Hey, lawyers, and everybody's been doing websites and SEO, but there's a better system called funnels. And if you set it up correctly and you follow my recipe, then you could also launch your own funnels. I basically ended up being a coaching program, passing off the systems, the funnels, the emails, the texts, whatever stuff that I could give for other lawyers to be able to apply this same system. And that was kind of the world I was in. 2 or 3 years, every single Friday, teaching this rinse and repeat. And I ended up teaching 10 sessions, 10 modules or 10 sessions of this curriculum. And after I did it 10 times, I started getting data. People started asking me about, how do you hire, Sam? How do you keep track of your KPIs? How do you do this? And I realized, wait a minute, there's more to it than just funnels. There's also hiring and numbers and scaling and tools and all this other stuff. So I'm like, maybe I should not limit my program to just funnels. Let's rebrand to My Legal Academy. So My Legal Academy is, I believe now we're 2 years into My Legal Academy, 2 or almost 3 years maybe. And My Legal Academy has been basically a platform, not just for me to come and teach, but actually the mission has been have other experts come and share their expertise when it comes to growing, scaling, automating, self-development, health, fitness, taxes, anything that comes from that basically taps into the lawyer growing. And while we're doing that, and what we do at My Legal Academy, just to be transparent, is we offer law firm growth implementers. But basically, we realize that information, sometimes it doesn't for the most part. We share as much as we can, but the value that we provide is people that are trained with our systems and our trainings who come and implement everything that we share inside the program. So when it comes to generating more clients, we have people that can help you with that. You need to set up your CRM, your automations. We have people that come set up with that. You need help hiring. We have people who know how to hire for you. And it's kind of like a done with you law firm growth implementers that can help you with all aspects of growth. And then while that was going on, while I was thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, there's a bigger world here. There's also the world of people that really need the information and the knowledge and the cutting edge as you shared. And I'm like, I don't want it to just limit it to just the people that are inside of our program that are getting all this value. So we launched a mission called Lawyer Club. And Lawyer Club's mission statement is pretty much just democratizing information, making information free and accessible for any lawyer. Make sure that the information is practical, actionable, valuable to help any lawyers when it comes to anything and any aspect of life, not just law, but life. So that also includes your health, your, being well balanced, protecting your time, being smart, leverage. So that's our mission now at this point. Lawyer Club, again, to give away that value for free. By the way, it's completely for free. But if you want help when it comes to putting these things into application and put into practice, then My Legal Academy comes and helps you with the law from growth implementers. Proven model, we're 4 years into this mission statement, at least 4 years, maybe even almost 4 or 5 years, and proven a formula. We have about, I believe, 80 people that are part of the My Legal Academy growth track with the way where we offer the law from growth implementers. And now my kind of focus has been sharing the knowledge, giving as much as possible, while our team is the one that's actually providing the service of the law from growth implementers.